Hey guys, Tomboy601, and maybe like some of you, I was really hoping to get the Jean Bart this week in some of those secret Santa, those super Santa crates, and it just didn't work out. So to reassure myself that it's okay and I have the Jean Bart at home, I decided to take out Richelieu, see what it can do, and just kind of be like, you know what? Richelieu can get the job done just because we don't have Jean Bart at home. You can still have fun in a frontal fire tier 7 French battleship. And that's just what we do in the Richelieu. And you may be like, Tommy, this looks like it's going to be a rough match because I count way too many destroyers on the enemy team. And I'm like, yeah, but thankfully we're in Richelieu, and more importantly, we're running the commander, Dunkirk. Now, Dunkirk has a special ability, which is frontal fire. It allows you to switch shells, assuming you have fully loaded guns, in minus 95% of the time it would take you to reload them, which is pretty much instantly at the cost of 5% damage to your shells. And you may be like, oh, 5% damage to your shells? I can't. I need maximum damage. It's okay, because it turns out having the best shell for the situation far outweighs the penalty of a 5% damage reduction, because you kind of think of it that way of, well, you could fire the suboptimal shell in the moment, or you could fire the optimal shell and do better damage than if you were firing the suboptimal shell. And let me tell you, frontal fire makes this amazing. Anyways, we're on the map Sleeping Giant. We've kind of found our position. We're gonna kind of hang out right here. We've locked down. We're trying to lock down this corridor into C. We do have two destroyers kind of going forward, which is exactly what we want. We want them spotting. We want them kind of pulling out and looking for those torpedoes that are inevitably on our way. We've gotten one good salvo on the Iowa. We've gotten a little bit of damage on the Surrey, but now times are getting serious because we're starting to see those destroyers being spotted now. Of course, they do drop spot right as our guns are about to reload, but we wait for the guns to reload, hit the X button to switch shell types, and you saw just how quickly we flipped from AP on over to HE, and we're now able to get a shot out on the HE. We incapacitate the ZF6 torpedoes and also his guns, and that's really good because if we look, ZF6 just launched his torps. We're forcing him to, one, burn a damage control party, and also because we only knocked out one of his torp launchers, we are now causing them to be kind of off sync and not reloaded at the same time. Because, of course, if you knock out a torpedo launcher while it is in the middle of reloading, it resets the counter, the reload, down to 0, which can be absolutely devastating for a destroyer commander. Anyways, I think that was Hosheng went down, the tier 7 Pan Asian ship. Gajimata out in the open, going somewhat broadside. We still have our HE loaded and ready to go, and those shells look beautiful. We got a couple of hits right there. Iowa still sitting in the back. Surrey crossing the channel right there, and we're waiting on him to see what he's going to do. Gaja kind of going over for the smoke screen there, and then we see Surrey still kind of enthusiastically heading behind that island. So the plan now is, one, we've lost all of our destroyer support on the left-hand side, so we should probably push up just a little in case any torps are coming our way. Two, we're going to flip over to AP because Surrey looks like he's pushing forward, and when he gets past that island, we will want to greet him with beautiful AP, and that is exactly what we're going to do. AP shells go out. Looking good. Citadel hit, and he is down. That's our first kill of the match. Iowa still looking pretty in the back, and we're going to go ahead, try out the AP, see what we do on nose in Iowa. We're not expecting much in terms of damage to the Iowa because he's nose in. He's got a fairly hefty bow on the front of him, and yeah, he's well angled to us. But we're gonna try it, see what we can get. Maybe hit some superstructure, get some damage that way, and just keep our eye up. ZF6 pops up. We're gonna keep our eyes on him. Now we have to wait for the AP shells to load, and we do see we have torpedoes inbound. Thankfully, none of those hit us. They run out of steam just in time, but there's one more, and it just bops us on the nose. Ends up taking flood. We hit the repair party, and now we're waiting on the ZF6. We fired just one barrel. We don't need to flip over to HE for this, just because we know 10% of our a single shell damage would have taken out that ZF6. There was no benefit in us doing the flip. We'll go ahead, get that one going, and now we're going to push in, try to get some closure on the Iowa. We're going to hold here. or we're going to fire off and just kind of push up, see if we can get into C before it caps. So I don't think we're going to be able to do that before it flips over. But we do get a little bit of damage. We get an overpen on the Iowa. We do see we have some planes coming in, but we have nothing really spotted for us right now. But that's okay. It's letting both of our guns resync to the same firing time. Gives us the ability to flip over on that frontal fire perk. We've seen we're not doing much damage to the Iowa with AP, so we go ahead flip over to HE. We're just about behind this island. We're getting the no-go on the fire. We're gonna clear that island. Shots out, and let's see how we do on this. Triple fire on the Iowa. And I'm like, oh, okay. HE, doing well. It's exactly what we want to do, and it looks like he is going to let it burn, which means his damage party was on cooldown, which is exactly what we want, because a triple fire is nothing to laugh at. That is going to take a ton of hit points from him, and we're going to continue to kind of use these islands as cover while he burns the ground. We put out another HE salvo. It also works to our advantage because we know we're being spotted right now, and it's not by the planes. It is definitely by another destroyer. So we do need to be cautious as far as what is out and about. We do go ahead and hit the engine boost, and then we see, one, the Iowa goes down, but also Implacable, the enemy aircraft carrier, is around. We use frontal fire once again, flip on over to AP, and we're going to hit him real hard right here. Pick up the high cal, up at 85,000 damage for the game so far. We're going to nose in right on over here, just kind of try to keep some islands between us and where we think that other destroyer is. And oh boy, is there some torpedoes right there. So we do need to be cautious on them. I think it was a Pan-Asian destroyer, because I think those were the little circle-topped ones, and they were very stealthy. So those are the deep water torps of a Pan-Asian ship. So we do need to be cautious. And Implacable, we get another beautiful salvo off. At this point, he is kind of just he's kind of doomed. Let's be clear. He's very much doomed. We see our secondary guns start to engage Implacable, and this is when we'll go ahead and start to engage our secondary booster, because, well, we do have the secondary booster on the ship. Sometimes you do wish you had some other sort of consumable, such because the secondaries aren't exactly the greatest on the Richelieu and Jean Bart classes, but they do get the job done, and in this case, they're going to go ahead and finish off Implacable for us. We are going to take kind of the smart call and try to get over into the next channel. We don't have eyes on this other destroyer. We don't want to be caught out, and by going in the direction of where that Implacable came from, we would definitely be risking it more. We know kind of where that enemy destroyer is, especially because he is capping the point, but we want to get as far away and put things between us and the torpedoes that are inevitably going to be coming our way. So we're going to go ahead and kind of slip over here, because guess what? We're at 4 kills. If we can get one more, we lock up the Kraken with the Richelieu. Implacable trying to get his revenge, and this Gajamada has no health remaining. So all we have to do, wait for him to come around the corner, and there goes the Kraken. But we still have one more ship to go ahead and hunt down, one last destroyer, and we still have our aircraft carrier, which means hopefully he will be spotting for us relatively soon. Enemy aircraft carrier does get a little bit of his revenge. Torpedoes from him do end up causing us a little bit of a flood, but we're able to take care of ourselves. Main battery about to be reloaded, and is reloaded, and we get spotted, which means we know the enemy is somewhere out in the water, out here. We kind of say, hey, dear aircraft carrier, if you could be so kind as to give us some information, because we've been spotted, and he has to be over in here. Aircraft carrier doing his job, kind of looking, saying, hey, I hear it. I'm going to go check out that area. And what do we know? Right about where we called it, pops up the Jervis. We fire one shell a little too early, one salvo after, and we'll see if we can go ahead and wipe this Jervis and pick ourselves up the 6-pack. And we hit once, and sadly, we're not able to finish him off. But it doesn't look like any of our teammates. The good news is everyone else who kind of has a firing solution on this Jervis, also a battleship. So we do tend to have a little bit quick of a reload for battleships. So if we can kind of nail this, we are looking good to pick up that 6-pack. Scharnhorst shells come in, don't quite hit. We get a couple of hits right there, and the next round falls short. We are not doing too good to try and finish this off, but I think this final one will be our salvo. But yeah, guys, Richelieu, plenty fine of a ship. The fire actually ends up picking him up. Plenty fine of a ship. We pick up 6 kills there. It's fun. Don't worry if you don't get a digital boat like the Jean Bart. There are plenty other fun boats to play with. Guys, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.